Hey guys, how's it going? Like Butter here. Welcome back to another Division video, and today I want to show you guys the 1.8 Hunter's Faith build that I actually posted a video on yesterday. I also posted another gameplay the day before that, so you've been seeing a lot of Hunter's Faith from me, and I want to explain to you guys kind of how the new rework for the 4-piece of Hunter's Faith works on top of the 6-piece, and also give my opinions of this set, because this is honestly the most fun I've had on the Division since launch, because this set is super good for people who like to sit back, use bolt action sniper rifles, and do a ton of damage. So let's go over what Hunter's Faith is, what the changes are, and all that kind of good stuff. So the 2-piece and the 3-piece have not changed. This used to be 20% headshot damage, like way back in like 1.5, I think. They since toned it down to 10%, but you're going to receive another 10% on the 5-piece bonus, so that's really good. It goes back to 20% headshot damage from the bonuses on the gear alone. Now, what this used to be, it hasn't changed yet in the UI. Hitting an enemy with a bullet grants you and your group a temporary protection. So what Hunter's Faith used to be was kind of this really terrible support build that really didn't work that well, considering it would only give you a shield that would block you for 1 bullet. It would basically increase your armor. Now, what this new set bonus is, even though it's not on the UI, from what I've seen in ETF and what I've tested, basically how it works is depending on the RPM of your sniper rifle, for example, like snipers like the M44, the M700, I think the SRS is kind of an in-betweener, but basically you're going to get more stacks for hitting headshots with a slower RPM weapon. I don't remember what the exact equation is, but we can test it out here and we'll show you guys exactly how it works. So think about it like this: when you hit headshots, it gives you stacks, and those stacks then grant you bonus headshot damage on your next shot. And now I don't know if it's bonus headshot damage or if it's base damage. I'm not entirely sure how that works, but what I've been doing is I've been getting headshots, and then as I hit more consecutive headshots, it basically just keeps multiplying my damage, and we'll show you that here in a second. So for example, let's just throw on one of the faster rate of fire sniper rifles real quick. So this is 300 RPM, whereas the M44 is 55. So you're going to see a difference in the stacks here. So for example, when I hit a headshot here, it's only going to give me 2 stacks, right? So 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. You can tell that the damage is going up ever so slightly because it's a higher rate of fire weapon. So and then when you reload, you lose your stacks. So for these types of weapons, I mean, dude, look, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, it's terrible. So what you want to do is you want to use a bolt action rifle, which we actually have equipped. Now watch the stacks that we get here: 38, 76, 100. And when you're at 100 stacks, you can go here and you can see how much your base damage is. Like, it's up to 320,000 base damage, which is just insane. I absolutely love this set because it basically promotes people that can continuously hit headshots, because if you hit a headshot and then you miss and you miss another one, you're done. Okay, so if you hit a headshot and you hit a body shot, guys. It's stacking on body shots. I don't think it should do that. Yeah, so it does stack on body shots as well, which I think it should only be headshots, but headshots give you more stacks, essentially. That might be a bug. I think it was built specifically just... You could tell that it's giving you less, so it's giving, like, instead of 38, it's giving a little bit less, but I do not know exactly what that means, but I think it should only proc on headshots, to be perfectly honest with you. But other than that, like, it's such a good set, and you can see here when you're hitting headshots with a bolt action rifle. Watch this: 38, 76, 100. Now watch the damage that it outputs: 1 mil, 1 mil, 1 mil. Now can we hit a... There we go, 1.4 mil. Now that doesn't include like something like prepared, where you should see here, yep, you'll see the damage here in a second going up quite high. So that's 1.2, 1.6 with prepared. So let me show you guys the build and kind of how I use it. I'm going to attach some gameplay at the end of this video in case you missed yesterday's video, so that way you don't have to click around and try to find it. And let's basically just go over the build and tell you guys why I picked certain things. This Alejandro is one of the new exotic LMGs. It's super OP right now. It's definitely going to get changed. I think they need to up the recoil or something. But this is just a placeholder. I don't even use it. I basically only use my sniper. So let me show you guys what I'm using on my sniper. You want to use basically headshot damage on every single thing that you can, along with crit damage and crit chance, because this is a full DPS build. I actually need a better VX1 scope. Mine's only 17.5% headshot damage, so I'll be looking out for a better one there. I also have an Omega rifle suppressor, which I think I have a better version of this. Yeah, I do. Yeah, look at that. I had it on the wrong gun. So that there, and then also crit damage on your underbarrel. So obviously you're going to go with the small grip and the extended mag, which has crit chance and crit damage as well, which I think I also have my things messed up. There we go. So basically that's going to be multiplying your damage quite a bit. Now, in my opinion, I like the M44 much better than the M700 because the M44 has a lot higher range, like way higher range. If you go and compare the two, it's kind of crazy how much higher range the M44 has, and you're going to be using this at really long ranges if you're playing PvP and PvE. So this is going to multiply your damage quite a bit. Now, I did optimize this, so it's max roll, 172% headshot damage, 169k base damage, and then we have brutal, which is a must-have, prepared, which is a must-have, and destructive, which is going to be really good for PvE, not so good for PvP. So if you're making this build for PvP, it's good for both, by the way. It's super strong for PvE as well. Instead of destructive here, I think competent would be a very, very good talent, considering that your damage is going to be kind of going through the roof. Now, I don't know if it's intended to have body shots also stack that bonus. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see, but that's basically the 4-piece bonus there. And then on the 6-piece bonus, which we'll look here very quickly, headshots double the gained increase damage bonus. 2 consecutive missed shots are needed to lose the bonus damage. Okay, so that's actually the 6-piece. So I guess it was intended to give you stacks on the body shots. So what this is going to do is it's going to give you double the gained increase bonus. So I think this is working incorrectly though, if I'm not mistaken. So if it's giving you double, right, so I should be getting half of what 38 is, which is what, like 18 and a half, 18 point, yeah, 18 and a half, something like that. So essentially if I'm hitting body shots, okay, no, it looks like that is working. Okay, so yeah, that's how it works basically, guys. See, I even learned something in this video. Basically, if you hit body shots, it gives you stacks, but it doesn't give you as many. Okay, that's probably not that bad, actually. So you hit body shots, and then if you hit headshots, it doubles the stacks, which is why you're getting such an insane amount for headshots. Alright, well that's actually not that bad. I kind of like that. So you can get your stacks up by hitting body shots, but the most efficient way to get your stacks up, considering you lose the bonus when you reload, is hitting headshots. So that is the 6-piece, and that is why Hunter's Faith right now currently is the best sniper build out, which I am super excited about, because finally they put out a build that's for people that like hitting headshots and people that kind of pride themselves on their accuracy. And you know, sometimes you'll see me hitting one headshot, and then I hit another headshot, and then all of a sudden my damage is crazy. So on my 3rd headshot, I'm just cracking people for like 1 shot. It's so fun. And I think that it's pretty balanced, honestly. Like, I don't think it's super OP. The 6-piece bonus isn't super strong, considering like you would get stacks anyways. But I think it's still very good the way that it is. And we'll go through and show you guys what I have on my rolls and whatnot. So we went over the sniper rifle, what you guys want there. Then for my chest piece, you're gonna run firearms on everything, just so you guys know. I'm running health and exotic damage resilience in my major attributes. Now, if you're doing a PvE build, you might want to switch out exotic damage resilience for enemy armor damage, because that extra enemy armor damage is going to allow you to do a lot of damage, especially if you're using destructive. And I'm using health mods on pretty much everything, because this is, for me, this was a PvP build that can be used in PvE. So I'm using a lot of PvP stats, and in PvP you don't want to be super squishy because you're just going to go down in like 2 shots. Although if you did want to go for a little bit more of a glassy cannon build, you could do that, considering you're going to be, you know, very far in the back shooting from a long range, so that you could actually do that. But here I have crit chance because we're going to be hitting major you know, damage because of that base damage and the crit damage multiplier that you're gonna be getting. It's kind of crazy considering you're gonna have crit damage on your underbarrel barrel and whatnot. And also, I think Deadly might be a decent talent as well if you can get your crit chance up high enough. But I have burn resist, and yeah, just a skill haste mod here. You could switch this out for more health if you wanted, but I think it's like really all I had because I destroyed a bunch of my gear in the PTS. But yeah, skill haste really isn't very good, but it's just kind of a filler piece for me. Is this a health mod here? This is a health mod here. I could actually put that in, but you want as much firearms as physically possible. So for now, I just had that skill haste in there. Let me see. Or you could even do crit chance, honestly. Like, you don't even need the skill haste. If I wanted to do a little bit glassier there, I could go more damage. Oh, that's on Nomad. Whoops. Okay, I was wondering what was going on. But yeah, like I could switch this out for a little bit more damage. Maybe just do, where is it? Right here? Yeah, crit chance. You can do crit chance mods if you really wanted, if you wanted to hit those massive crits and have more of a chance of doing that. And then on my knee pads here, I have critical hit damage, which I think is pretty obvious because, like I said before, if you're getting crit chance on enough of your gear, you're going to hit a decent amount of crits. So once again, rolled for firearms, burn resist, bleed resist, blind death resistance here. And also, I actually do have a crit chance mod on this. First aid self-heal on all the performance mods, which is pretty standard. And then I actually have a stamina mod here. I'm not sure why I have a stamina mod. That's actually a super good question, but I would probably go even more firearms. Let's see. I think I didn't have one in its place. All right, we'll just throw that in there. So it's actually like 10k firearms. And you can see that our toughness doesn't drop very much because even though we don't have a lot of stamina, we're still getting a higher ratio from the stamina, if that makes sense. So we're actually not super squishy, which is pretty awesome. So you can output a large amount of damage with this build without really, you know, taking a huge amount of damage in return, which is why I have health on almost everything. And then we'll go over to the backpack here, which is also crit damage because, like I said, we want to multiply that damage as much as possible, ammo capacity, and we also have firearms there as well, and another skill haste mod that we threw on there. But yeah, this is pretty standard stuff. Don't forget, on the gloves, you want marksman rifle damage because this got changed from when it was basically a static amount of damage, which I think was around 4,600 if I remember correctly. Now that it's a percentage, you're going to get a lot more value on slower rate of fire weapons, and since we are using a bolt action sniper rifle, this is a must-have on your gloves. 12% marksman rifle damage, crit chance, and crit damage, and also firearms as well. And on our holster, we are also using crit chance. Now, if you feel a little bit too squishy, you could re-roll this to get that 7k health, but 7k health isn't really a huge deal in 1.8 because of the return of stamina, so it's probably even better just to put stamina on and maybe get, you know, more crit chance and whatnot. And then also first aid self-heal, like I said, on everything. Let's go through our talents very quickly. Now for skills, we are using Pulse, which is for PvP. If you were going to do PvE, you would do this. That would give you that extra like 7.3% crit chance, which isn't a huge amount, but it's a decent amount. And also when you're sniping, you want to make sure you keep your distance, so it's really nice to have that you know, that vision around you, so that you know, okay, there's a guy up here, I gotta back up a little bit and kind of do my damage from a distance, sort of thing. And then I also have overdose. You can also change this out. I was running this for a little bit. I was just running an immunizer since my skill power is so low, but at 81,000 heal, although it's not great, it isn't the worst ever, and it's kind of nice to be able to proc competent if you are running competent in that third slot, which if you're running this build, you will need to run competent in that third slot, guys, because you're not going to unlock it with the low amount of skill power that I have. My skill power is super low, but like I said, we really don't want to be up in people's faces, so our skills aren't going to be super important. We're basically just going to try to do as much damage from as far away as possible. And then also, let's go through and show the talents. So I am running critical save, tactical advance, because I like to tactical advance to a piece of cover sometimes and just get it like that little bit of damage boost. I think it's like 30% or something if you're max range. And then I also have precision on, headshot a hostile to pulse them for 10 seconds since you're going to be going for headshots. And one is none is actually super important for this build, guys. Make sure to run one is none, and the reason for that is because when you reload your weapon, as you can see here, so I'm getting some stacks. Getting some stacks here. All right, I have 100 stacks. Now, when I reload, oh, I actually didn't. Do you guys see that? I didn't even have to reload because I was getting one is none procking. So when you reload, you lose all your stacks. So you actually want to draw out your mag as long as possible. So instead of 10 bullets here, you can see, all right, it procced there, it procced again, didn't proc there, procced again, didn't proc there, didn't proc there, didn't proc there, didn't proc there, procced again. You see what I'm saying? Like basically you can essentially increase your mag by another 5 or 6 shots to make sure that you can keep those stacks up. But anyways, guys, hopefully, wait, what is this? Wait, what is this? Oh my god, when the hell did they do this? This is new as shit. Oh my god, was this always in the game and I was just too dumb to ever know? Because this is new to me. This is pretty cool. Game over, result 14. That's pretty cool, man, to see how high you can get. But anyways, guys, that is my Hunter's Faith build video. It's not like too crazy in depth. You guys will probably figure it out, but I thought I would share it with you guys, considering you dudes on console haven't even gotten the PTS yet, which is kind of a bummer. So I wanted to show you guys kind of what I put together, so when you guys do actually get the PTS, you'll be able to hop right in and try the build if you want. But anyways, guys, I am going to show you some gameplay at the end of this build so you can check out what the build does in action. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Take care, everybody.
down. Now knock them out. 10 kills to go. Hold them off for 30 more seconds.
I'm just warming up, and they label me a veteran. Rookie of the year, when I started I was peddling these CDs out my trunk. Speakers